Hey, I'm Eric, EC22. This is Coach D Wade. This is the FairWeather Fan channel, man. Welcome to our show. Man, we got a good lineup for you today, man. We're going to be talking about college football. We're going to be talking about NFL. There's other things we're talking about, man. Please, but once again, this is the FairWeather Fan channel. Like, subscribe, share, leave comments. Most of all, we want you to join this conversation. Let's Yo, we are back. Here it is. This is, I don't know what this is, October 7th, man. They just started, October 7th. They just started Prime Week on Amazon, man. We are back. Coach D Wade, man, what's happening, brother?
Hey, Gay, well, what's up? Hey, I'm excited, DC, man. I got your text message today that said you were super excited about tonight. You got me energized. So I'm looking forward to digging into what we've got. So
man, let's dive right on in. With that being said, I want to jump out, and this wasn't on the list, but y'all forgive me for being young. I just woke up. It's crazy, but it is what it is. I want to go ahead and I want to start the show with this right here. The truth behind Kyron Lacey. If y'all don't know, back last year, this young man was at LSU, a superstar who was headed to the NFL, but got accused of a hit-and-run accident to where, they felt like he fled the scene and they was accusing him and he was about to spend some time in jail. But the young man ended up killing himself for whatever reasons, I don't know. But now the truth behind it is starting to come out to the fact that to where when the accident happened, he was nowhere close to it. They said he's like 72.3 yards away from the accident before it happened. Now, he was driving fast. He was passing cars, whatever. That's what they were trying to say. It wasn't that he actually hit anybody, but they said his swerving in and out of lanes would cause other drivers to spook, and they ended up hitting somebody. But when the actual collision happened with the other driver, he was some 72 yards away from the accident. And by the time he got up to the scene, he was back in his lane. So he had nothing to do with the accident. But here, this young man tragically lost his life behind all this stuff like this. And whoever the police officers involved, all the lawyers and all the detectives involved, y'all got to do a better job because a whole bunch of lives were destroyed because behind this situation. They said they felt like it was a targeted attack. They said there was witness accounts from a police officer's body cams telling a witness to say that Kyron Lacey was the one who caused all this problem or whatever. So, And everything started to come out right now. The details still coming out, Coach. I don't know what's really going on, but this is a sad situation that happened down there. And, and there's, if it is everything they're saying is true, we can't bring Kyron Lacey back, nor the person who got into the accident will ever face the rightful, the person who did it, man. That's a sad situation.
I didn't keep up with that story, and so I apologize, but I'm sitting here looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. Like people just the officers and stuff need to do their job. But, I get it. The assumptions were there, saying witness probably saw his car speeding, stuff like that, and made the assumption that it was him who caused it. But, man, you got to do your work before you start pulling people out and accusing them and expecting them to get, spending a bunch of time in jail. So that's a sad situation.
Unbelievable. Yeah, yes it is. So.
All right, moving on to another story I wanted to talk about before we get started is this, and we're going to talk more about this individual as we get later in the show because of breaking news, but I want to talk about this situation. I did a video on it, but I want to get it out there right now just in case anybody wondering where I stand on this situation. Shedeur Sanders not talking to the media. And I get everybody have their opinion about it. And I'm just going to tell you my opinion, and everybody's feel free to think the way you want to think. This is not me trying to tell anybody what to think, but here's the situation. Shedeur Sanders is a third-string quarterback. Was a third-string quarterback based on the breaking news we got today. But at the time of the interview, was third-string quarterback when the move was made to move Dylan up to number one. Not in the history of football that I've ever seen, Coach D-Wade, that we talk to third-string quarterbacks. Nor do people even know who the third-string quarterback, let alone is on any team.
Preach.
And so the fact that you went into that locker room and put a camera in his face and asked him what he thought about Dylan Gabriel get promoted to QB1, and what he think he's not doing enough to impress the Browns organization that's petty and that's picking, and they got the response they wanted, which was nothing. We've seen a lot of superstar players do worse, curse out the media, walk a storm away. He with a smile on the face, just mimed his comments, moved his mouth, but then the words come out. Some people are saying, oh, he's immature. God dang, Rex Ryan, out of all people who we don't really quote too much on the show, said he was not a good person, whatever. But at the end of the day, what do you think about Shedeur? Whether you felt like he handled the situation or not, I get all that, Coach. But at the end of the day is, what are you doing talking to a third-string quarterback in the first place? We don't do that. So, but everybody has the right to have no opinion. Coach, you got an opinion about that?
Yeah, I do. From the jump, I've been a huge Shedeur fan, and as I still am.
Yeah.
And he will get his opportunity. And Shedeur didn't do anything that I wouldn't have done or anybody else would have done. I'm like, dude, what are you doing, man? What do you got the camera in my face for?
Right.
If his dad wouldn't coach Prime, we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. But all I'm gonna say is, I'm proud of Shedeur. Proud he handled that situation. Sometimes saying nothing is better than saying, because anything that he was to say positive or negative, the media was going to bend it and do what they do, and make him look like the bad guy. So Shedeur, okay. Proud of you, dog. Proud of you, man.
Hey, and since we talking about it, why don't you go ahead and give the breaking news to the people behind what's going on in Cleveland, if you heard the breaking news.
Man, is Joe Flacco getting ready to be the starting quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals? Is that what I heard?
That's what you heard, yeah. He moved on, yeah. Joe Flacco has been traded to the Cincinnati Bengals. So since there is no other QB on their roster, that means Shedeur Sanders has now been bumped up to QB2 behind Dylan Gabriel. So, yeah. So it all worked out.
You heard what I said when I started. The very first thing I said was Shedeur will get his opportunity.
Facts.
And it will happen sooner than later. So, is there something else I missed on that Cleveland-Cincinnati deal?
No, that's it. Okay. That is it. They and I knew, when I was watching that game the other day when Jake Brown was out there trying to, I said, man, you know what? They could use somebody like a Joe Flacco or something. I thought about Shedeur for a minute. I was like, nah, he's too young to go and take over that type of team. But man, a veteran like Joe Flacco, that'll be right up the alley for him to go and fit in.
For sure. I think Joe could do what Nick Foles did for the Eagles back when they won that Super Bowl, when Carson Wentz got hurt and yada, yada, yada. I mean, I could totally see Joe going over there and just driving the ship and keeping it, getting it going. Corey, I'm sorry, but it's sabotage on Shedeur. Why draft him then? Give him an opportunity with another team. Browns will pay. If they think Dylan's the answer, they will be disappointed as usual. So I'm of the opinion, and Corey, was that Corey?
Yeah.
Corey, thanks for your comments, man. You're spot on. I'm of the opinion that Shedeur will be playing quarterback for Cleveland 3 weeks from today.
Whoo!
I said it. I said it first.
Okay.
I said it first.
You said it first, and I'm gonna let you hold it. I ain't got no rebuttal because you said it first.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, real quick, let's tackle just one real quick cleanup in the WNBA. I just wanted to ask one question. With A'ja Wilson,
yes,
being a 4-time MVP,
yes.
You said yes.
Yes.
Hey, so yeah.
My bad, E. Go ahead.
No, I'm
sorry.
So the question is though, because I already feel you. A'ja Wilson been 4-time MVP, and if they end up winning the title this year, that'll be a 3-time champion, 4-time MVP. Doesn't make her the greatest WNBA player that we've seen. 4-time MVP for surpassing Cheryl Swoops for 3, Lisa Leslie for 3. She's standing alone in that category, winning 3 championships. And the way I already answered it, and the question is yes, A'ja Wilson would get all the love as being hands down the greatest WNBA player of all time. Y'all know, but my pick is my Moore, then come a Cynthia Cooper. Then you can add in the Diana Taurasi. But at the end of the day, man, what I've seen out of A'ja Wilson, especially when I saw that last game, yeah, hands down.
Here's the situation, okay? Here's a gal born in Columbia, South Carolina, went to high school in Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Went to college at University of South Carolina in Columbia.
Yeah.
Won't turn 30 until August of this year. Okay. So she's just now hitting her prime. Who's to say she didn't win a couple more championships? They're going to win it all this year. Who's to say she didn't win it again a couple more times? So yes and yes and yes. Asia Wilson, you are the best WNBA player to ever put the uniform on. No disrespect to all the ladies that were before you. They set the stage. They set the parameters, and you hurdled them. You surpassed them. So I love you, Asia. I'm proud of you, man. Keep doing what you're doing, okay?
Yeah. Maya Moore was good, but see, Maya Moore was good, and that's why I had her at the top of my list. Corey, mom from Minnesota, she was at the top of my list. But man, what Asia has been able to do is crazy. And like you say, Coach D-Wade, what records are made to do what? Be broken. So, all right, we got to go to college football. Let's go ahead and kick this thing off. We're gonna kick it off right.
We got to go where? Where we got to go?
We're going to college football.
Hey, where do we need to go? I'm sorry. We're going where?
We're going to the pride of SEC, the best team in SEC, and that's where we're going. Aggieville.
Just checking with you, bro. No worries.
You know me. I love to take a poke at the ranking system, and I'm just asking this question: should Ohio State still be ranked number one, or should Miami, based on who they've played?
So I got to tell you this before I answer.
Okay.
I can't believe your ears weren't burning and weren't on fire this weekend. Because me and J-Dub were talking some smack about EC22, man, this weekend.
What?
Up in Great Falls, Montana. I said, J-Dub, our boy EC has been talking about that top 10, top 25 college.
Yeah.
And he just rolled his eyes and with that big old grin and said, oh my gosh! Just tell him I'll be there in a couple of weeks. Tell him I'll be there in a couple of weeks. So he was loving it, man. He sent his love. Tell you hello. He said he'd see you pretty soon.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. We had a good time, man. So to answer your question, the Ohio State Buckeyes are the best team in the nation. Okay, and they're doing what they do. And until somebody proves to you or me or the world differently, they're the best team in the nation. Okay. People don't know about this Miami, Florida team. I haven't seen them play that much. I don't know what they're doing. So until we see Miami, Florida, and Ohio State match up against each other.
Yeah.
Until Miami, Florida knocks the big boys off the hill. Miami, Florida is not the number one ranked team, nor do they deserve to be. How about you? What's your thoughts on it?
Oh man, I got plenty to say, Coach.
Oh yeah, I know.
All I'm doing is I'm just looking at their schedule and who they played. Ohio.
Here he goes.
Beat up on Texas.
Here he goes.
Y'all beat up on Texas the first game, but Texas are who we thought they are.
Yeah.
You Grambling, you beat up Ohio, Washington, and you beat up Minnesota. All right. You beat up on nobody. But if you look at Miami, man, Miami has been mollywhopping some pretty good teams.
I'm listening. Come on, I'm listening. Come on.
You want me to tell you who Miami beat?
Yes.
Okay, well, shoot, let's go ahead, break it on down. What's Miami? The U. They beat up Notre Dame, obviously. They beat up Boston College. They beat up University of South Florida, which is a ranked team, and they beat up on the Gators. They beat up on another ranked team. So that's what Notre Dame ranked, USC ranked, USF ranked, and the Florida Seminoles ranked. They beat up on three ranked teams. And I'm gonna talk about that Florida Gator team, about what Coach Sarkisian said over in Texas later on. But that team ain't a bad team, regardless of what their records say they are, right? But they beat up on some really good teams versus Ohio State. Somebody's leaving the comments. Somebody must didn't like what I had to say. Corey.
Canes are back. I didn't think it was for real as much as I hate the Buckeyes because I'm maize and blue, but got to give it to Ohio. Corey, you're spot on, dude. I appreciate you. Corey. I appreciate you taking your emotion out of it and being objective, being a sports analyst, and you're spot on, bro. Okay.
Hey, yes, sir. But I appreciate it too. I mean, we all have opinion. I'm just my whole thought process behind the ranking system. Now, what Coach said earlier about J-Dub, why he rolls his eyes, because J-Dub, he knows I always jump on this ranking system.
Come on.
And J-Dub always have the same comments. The rankings don't matter because when it comes down to the playoff, that's the only thing that matters. So who cares about how they rank players? You can be ranked the lowest on the board, but if you get a chance to get into the championship, get into the playoff, that's all that matters. But it matters to me. That's all I'm saying.
Wouldn't be mad at the Canes being number one, though. Hey, Corey.
I think they need to be number one. I'm just saying, Corey, it matters to me.
Corey, if they knock off Ohio State, then they're the number one team in the nation. So.
Oh man, that was pretty fun. That was pretty fun.
That's good stuff.
Moving on, since I got no takers on that one, that left me standing in the bathroom by myself. That's okay.
Woo!
Let's talk the fall from grace. I'm gonna let you talk about it. Penn State and Texas. Penn State was ranked 7. Texas was ranked number 9. And within one game, both of them fell out of the top 25. This fall from grace. Like, what can we say about these two organizations and where they've been from where they were last year to where they are now?
EC, the one thing that's been consistent. What's up, B? What's up, B? They beat Florida State, Notre Dame, but so did 2 other teams. Both Florida State, Notre Dame ranked, but shouldn't be with 2 losses. Amen. And we're going to get to that in a minute, Brandon. Thank you for jumping on. Thank you for your comments.
Appreciate you, Brandon. Yes, sir.
Hang in there with us, man. We're going to get to some other things, man. But you're spot on.
Yeah.
I got a question for everyone who's tuned in, everybody who's listening. Okay. And I got a bunch of family up in Pennsylvania. I got a lot of family that are Penn State graduates and alumni. But here's my question. Why is Penn State ranked so high every year? Because they always do what we expect them to do, and they always are, EC, who we think they're going to be. But why do they rank these guys so high every year? Okay? They are not that good. Secondly, and this is for all the sports guys, all you guys that know everything about rankings, all the people that rank these things, you missed it. You thought Arch was going to be all that his first year. You thought Arch was going to be the Manning name was going to be enough to carry the Longhorns. So you ranked them way too high. You overranked them. You overrated them.
Right.
And this is no stones at Arch. Arch is going to have a good career, but it's just not going to be this year.
Yeah.
Come on, EC.
Hey, I like it. I love it. Yeah, I mean, I could check break at Arch Manning, but I'm gonna give him grace because it's his first year. I'm gonna give him grace because it's his first year. I'm not gonna trip. Would that lead me to? I want to bring this up real quick. Steve Sarkisian is not shocked about where his team is at. That's what was a comment that was asked by the media. They asked him.
What do you expect him to say?
Right.
Please.
And they didn't.
Really,
and most people didn't like his comments. They asked me, "Say, are you shocked about your team?" And I, as much as I really jump on the Texas Longhorns because and it wasn't the Longhorns I was mad at more than the people who ranked them higher than they should be.
Okay.
Right? The people who said that Arch Manning should be a Heisman candidate even before he threw a fall this year. Right, so I'm mad at those people. But when I watched the mainstream media tear Coach Sarkisian a new one, I sat back with objective ears. I'm trying to figure out, okay, what are they saying that I'm not saying? Because they're obviously closer to the sports than I am, and everybody was saying a lot, but saying a whole lot, but nothing at the same time. And so I thought about what Coach said, and I'm gonna break down what he said. He simply said, first of all, the question was asked, "Are you shocked about where you guys are?" And he simply said, "No, I'm not shocked." And I thought about it,
Lies.
He didn't ask to be ranked number 1. They don't get a choice. They don't get to say, "Hey, coach, where you think your team to be ranked number 1?"
Okay.
Do sometimes the coaches get upset if they're not ranked higher? Yeah, but he didn't ask to be ranked number 1. He didn't ask for those media to go out there and say that his quarterback is the best quarterback they've seen since Peyton Manning.
Okay.
He didn't ask for that.
Okay.
Obviously, he know because he had the chance to start that same kid last year, but chose not to. So he know more about Arch Manning than we do. They decided to put this guy higher than what he is, but now this coach got to get him. You lost 12 players to the draft and 15 players to the transfer portal. That's half your team already gone.
Yes, sir.
Right? Now, that's not new to any other team, but at the end of the day, you don't know what type of team you got. You got a bunch of new players that you got to coach up, right? And so, once again, that puts in that why we're ranked number one. But you can only coach what's in front of you, right? He's not a bad coach. He can only coach what's in front of him. Then he turned around, he said, hey, are there, out of the 136 teams that are in college football, minus the Texas Longhorn, you ask all 135 teams to play that Ohio State team and to play that Florida Gator team and tell me how they did. I thought about the question. I said, Ohio State, we get, because they're ranked number one, reigning champions. We get that. But I looked at the Florida team. I'm like, wait a minute, let me dive a little deep into Florida. Florida, every single loss they have, Coach D-Way, has been to a ranked team. The only team that wasn't ranked at the time was University of South Florida, but they're ranked now.
Okay.
So the time they played them, they wasn't ranked, but they was a really good team. So the Florida Gators, man, is a really good team other than what their record suggests to y'all, right? So regardless of how people are ranked or what their record is, what Coach Sarkisian is saying, like when you get between those lines and the gridiron, listen, teams are a whole lot better than what other people give them credit for. We're one playing these guys. And so y'all telling me that we should have beat this Florida Gator team. Like, no, this Florida Gator team are a victim of a tough schedule. That's the reason why they are where they are. You know what I'm saying? So y'all play him, and then y'all tell me how y'all do.
Yeah,
and I give him so much respect, because at the end of the day, he can only coach the players that he got. And you can't say all because, the Longhorns have been a winning organization for so long. Like, no, I don't subscribe to that. So I don't think Coach Sarkisian is crazy. I don't think that he's losing his mind. I don't think he's falling for grace as being the great coach he is. I just think, they got to do better with recruiting. They got to do better with the transfer portal and yada, yada, yada. But give him time. Like you said, D-Way, I think Coach Sarkisian and the Texas Longhorn will get back to where they need to be. That's all. That's what you have to say about the comments he made, D-Way.
So, but let me throw something else in. I want to hear Corey and Brandon and anybody else get what they think about it too. But the Florida coach, isn't it, who is it, Billy Napier or something like that?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
My understanding was, my sources were saying that he was a week or two out from being let go.
Who coached Sarkisian? Oh, the coach.
No, the Florida coach.
Okay.
I believe it's Billy. I'm looking here. Billy Napier.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm saying that right. But my understanding was the Florida Gator coach saved his job by beating Texas this past weekend. Okay. So that's interesting. Yes, the Longhorns were overranked coming in. Yes, Arch Manning was overranked coming in. But let me tell you what I heard, okay? I was told by my people that the University of Texas Longhorns had what they believed to be the best defense in the nation this year. Okay? coming into the season, that they would have the best defense in the nation. Okay? Well,
okay, I'll let you finish on that one.
Well, and as Forrest Gump says, that's all I got to say about that.
Wow. That's who said that, D-Way?
All the sports commentators, the analysts, all the NCAA people that were saying this is going to be the best. Texas defense will be the best in the nation this year. And the reason why Texas will have a chance at winning that Ohio State game first of the year was because their defense is the best in the country. And it's one of the better defenses that we've seen in a long time. Well, those people were wrong, apparently.
All I'm gonna say, they need to start drug testing these people that get to make all these votes.
And I got a bone to pick with you too, by the way.
Okay, pick it then.
Why did you have on a Longhorn hat and a Longhorn shirt and a Longhorn underwear and Longhorn socks the other day in that podcast that you had on?
Oh, you want to know why? Because that was the Bible study we was on, right?
Yes.
So, and I said you had already got off, but I said the reason why I had on long hair gear because Brian Smith and Roland Barber, Reverend Roland Barber, they were suffering for the weekend and they were Texas fans, so I used that to troll on them. I was trolling. What's up, Coach Martez?
Coach
he said
Turner.
the D is good, but not the best. Yes, sir. I mean, I'm with Coach on that. They do have a decent defense. It's not the defenses. I mean, they have people haven't been mollywopping them, beating them down, right? The offense just need to play a little better. They're good, but like I said, they're not the best. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, Coach Sarkisian, he have to coach what's in front of him. And right now, what he got in front of him just ain't good. And so it's just like he's got to go back to the drawing board and get the right players around him. I think that Texas team can be all right. They can, not this year, obviously, but they can be all right. I'm not too mad at them on that.
You heard what I said earlier.
Yes, sir.
Again, I'll make sure that nobody missed it. I still believe that Arch Manning is going to have a good career. Okay. Yeah. I think this is a big learning season curve for him.
Yeah.
I think the season and the lack of production and the lack of the wins is going to make him a better quarterback the next 2 years than if he'd have came in here and had success and just dominated people.
Okay. Next question. Why is Cincinnati, my Big 12 team, and Louisville are not ranked in the top 25? It's like the Bearcats? Yes, the Bearcats.
You talking about the Alito Bearcats out there in West Fort Worth?
Not those Bearcats. The Cincinnati Bearcats. Yeah. Why are they not in the top 25?
You know what's funny about this question? First of all, it's a really good question, very good topic. You know what's interesting about this?
Uh-huh.
I feel like that Cincinnati and Louisville have the same issue every year, that they get overlooked, that they don't get the love that they deserve. They can figure it out after the RRR. Why does Cincinnati and Louisville, why do those programs get disrespected every year? Okay. Why do they?
I know why Cincinnati gets disrespected of late, because they're in the Big 12, but they, y'all know, I still, the Big 12 is one of the best conferences out there.
Okay.
That's me fanning out, right? But go ahead, Coach D-Way.
No, I was just echoing what you said. I agree. I don't understand why they get overlooked every year. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know either, but just by looking at it, and like I say, this is another J-Dub rolling his eyes at me, because at the end of the day, we it doesn't matter where you rank. So obviously, in order for Cincinnati, they're going to have to win some more games in their conference. Probably win the conference. If they want to, at least be considered. They got to go against those tough other undefeated teams they got in the conference with BYU and Texas Tech. And I get all that in the Big 12 in order to be considered. But I'm just looking at strength of schedule and what they're doing. I'm like, okay, there are some other teams that don't deserve to be in there, and you already know who I'm thinking is shit.
We're fixing to get to that, yes. Yeah,
because I don't like. They're making me hate this Notre Dame team, right? And I totally understand.
Yeah.
But I mean, somebody make it make sense. They don't have a conference. You got 2 losses on your record. I don't understand why they're there. And so when I'm looking at other teams like Cincinnati or Louisville can easily take that place. That's all I'm saying about that.
Corey, facts, they seem to keep certain schools on pedestals. No.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I've been saying. Thank you, Corey.
100, Corey, you knocked it
out
of the park.
Corey, did we just become best friends? Yup.
That's awesome.
Yup.
Still fine. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Heck, I heard them say today that one of the ESPN analysts said that he believed Texas can still make the playoffs with 3 losses.
That's funny. Who is that?
Paul, whatever his name is. He'd be on.
Yeah, listen to me. Would you email Paul back and tell him that Coach D-Way said for him to step away from the crack pipe?
That it's the same Paul on ESPN.
Step away from the crack pipe, Paul.
That's what he needs to do. That's the same one that said that Arch Manning was going to be the Heisman Trophy candidate before he played. Yeah. So, yeah, Corey, it's the same guy. So, yeah, he's full of himself.
Look at Corey. Corey, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. That's funny. But, I'll tell you another team I put in that. I guess they just get overlooked as, and you're going to love this, EC. Yeah. You're going to love this.
Come on.
University of Houston gets overlooked, too, a lot. But I know their schedule's probably not as strong. But
yeah, they took a tough loss. But they're playing against a tough SC. I mean, a Big 12 team. So
yes, sir.
But yeah, they do get overlooked. I just wish they would just at least take all the undefeated teams, and then when you run out of undefeated teams, then you start taking a look at least some of the 4-1 teams or whatever 1-loss teams, start putting them in there. But the way I don't get it. Especially when you're looking at Ohio State, who haven't played anybody. being number one. Oh yeah, they get all the special treatment and stuff like that, and I get it. And I know, Coach Martez is probably churning right now because because I know his reply will probably be long, but we go back and forth all the time about how they rank these schools, stuff like that. Because I don't want to speak for Coach, but I appreciate his perspective because his perspective has merit, Coach D-Way.
Right.
Coach Martez will start talking about, he's heavily about the strength of schedule. The reason why Texas and OU left the Big 12 to go to the SEC, right? Because they wanted to be playing with the big boys, and they know that all the power teams and all the tough schools are over in the SEC. So if you turn around and let them beat those guys up, on a daily basis, then yes, they're going to start getting more love and more respect of being the program they should be versus in the Big 12, even though they're part of the Power Four, they're part of the lesser other Power Four, right? And I totally understand that from that perspective, because that perspective do have merit. You start talking about being in a conference that have more blue blood material. And I totally understand that, being a conference that have more championship, more success. I get all that, and that makes all the sense in the world from that perspective, right? And so we start looking at some of these zero losses teams that are in the Mountain West and all these other conferences in America conference. Like, you can't put them against an SEC team or a Big Ten team and expect to have a great matchup. It just won't happen, right? Right, and I can respect that, right?
Yeah, but
that's all I can do. Respect it. I still don't agree with it.
But
I just still think.
Sure. But the only thing I'm going to add to that is, a couple of years ago, when they had TCU ranked so high, and TCU and Georgia lined up, and they got embarrassed.
Yeah,
they got embarrassed. Georgia could have scored 100 that night. Okay, so
Facts.
I think that's where people are. The people that rank this stuff, that's where their concerns are. What Brandon say? What Brandon say?
Oh, he said,
how much do TV ratings? Any on these rankings? I'm sure Notre Dame is a big ratings pool. B, listen to me. You know this better than I do. Anytime, EC, anytime and every time it doesn't make sense, it's all about the money. If it doesn't add up, my Jewish grandfather, my late Zeta would say, if it doesn't make sense, somebody's getting paid.
Facts.
So, Brandon, thanks for bringing that up, man. That's spot on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't want to see Alabama and William Mary. I don't want to see Notre Dame and Colgate.
I do.
Yeah.
See, that's me being silly just to win argument. You know what I'm saying? But no, but you're right. Nobody wants to see those matchups. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you tripping, dude.
Hey, let's move on over to the NFL, man. Listen, wow, man, there was some great games this weekend. We definitely want to get into the one game that everybody's here to talk about. But before we go, I would like to say we're now in the we just finished the first quarter of the NFL season. The first quarter is over with, give or take a game or two, right?
Yes.
But where we standing right now, we've seen enough to have some good opinions. I want to start with this one right here. Let's talk about the teams. So we see some good teams. Which teams, D-Wade, do you feel are losing their identity?
You know what's interesting, and I'm so glad you brought that up. One thing that I'm consistent about is that I say this every week. It's a long season.
Facts.
Okay. And there's, if you're gloom and dooming about your team right now,
right,
you're totally overanalyzing this thing. You're overthinking this thing, okay? Because it's a long season. Teams that are gaining identity, okay? Some are surprising, some are not surprising, okay? I want to know the very first team I put on the list. Actually, I got 1A and 1B.
Now this is losing or gaining identity.
Gaining. Are you want? Okay, you want to talk about losing first?
Let's losing identity. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about losing. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay, so most people are going to be thinking that the obvious team losing identity is the Baltimore Ravens. Okay, but I'm here to tell you that it's a long season. The Ravens are beat up right now. They've got several key guys out. Okay, and this is what I'm going to say. I know, Corey. I know. I'd rather be hurt now. I'd rather be hurt now and beat up now than hurt in the week 16 or week 17. Oh God, here we go. Here we go. Z-Man coming in hot. Overreaction Tuesday. Yes, it is. The only thing missing is Randy Galloway in the bullpen, Z-Man. He said, put Dak in Canton.
Right. Go ahead and finish your thought, brother.
So, I mean, the people think the Ravens are losing identity. I mean, the people think the Chiefs are losing identity. People think who else? The Packers are not who we thought they were.
Let me tell you my 10, and you can my list, and you can critique it. So on this list, I think losing identity, and I can tell you why. The Ravens, the Eagles, the Bengals, Miami, believe it or not, the Texans, the Chiefs, and the Dolphins. The reason why I got now, Coach, there is a long season, but what we see now the Ravens is not typically what we see now the Ravens. Now this is losing identity. You can regain your identity next week, right? But what we've seen these last 4 games is been terrible with the Ravens. I know Lamar was out, but the next man up syndrome ain't working for them. We've seen the Eagles lose their identity because we don't know what their identity is. I mean, like we get this slow pace, we get this manageable game, but they have been playing it safe, and it's cost them a loss this week. And and they've been barely winning some games. We're talking about the Bengals. This is 3 years in the making with the Bengals, who still haven't really found their identity. This is not the Bengals we knew that made it to the Super Bowl, some years past. Miami, enough said about Miami. They got enough said about Miami. They're definitely losing their identity from the quarterback to the coaches to every other player on the squad. The Texans, need I say less. This is not the same Texas team that we saw came in, shocked us with a rookie quarterback, right? It's totally not the same, losing identity. The Chiefs, they had a little spark last night, but still not quite enough to win the game.
Agree.
And so those are my teams who I feel have lost their identity that we can critique on there. Corey has been. Go ahead.
So I was just going to say, Bob said Jacksonville, Denver gaining respect.
Yeah.
I mean, Bob, honestly, I think Jacksonville, and we're going to talk about them in a minute. Jacksonville, they got it going on right now.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that in a minute. So I want to address a couple things EC said. Number one, why is everybody tripping about the Eagles? The Eagles are going to be in the Super Bowl this year. The Eagles lost 1 game. And everybody's talking about them losing their identity. Really? Come on, EC. Come on, man. Come on.
Are you going to whoop me in front of these people?
No.
You going to whoop me in front of my friends, Coach?
No, I love you too much. I love you too much, man.
I'll just play.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know, bro. Bob, come back on and tell us what's wrong with the Packers. I know you're going to say you're not sold on Jordan Love, but what else is wrong with the Packers?
I'm gonna tell you why I'm this week. This is my take on the Eagles. I'd rather do it now and hope they fix it in later. Because at the end of the day, when you're used to precision, you're talking about you just went on this big winning spree. Haven't lost a game since sometime last year, right? Okay. And now it's sitting down, and we've seen it before. We see them trickling down prior to the loss, right? A quarterback not having any receiving yards in the second half, that's losing your identity. We're not expecting to be a 300, 400-yard passer, but you got to at least be in the 200 to 250. But you ended the game, and you won the game with no passing yards. Bruh, fix your identity before this thing go bad real quick.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I could be wrong, but we got some more comments coming in.
Cincinnati's in trouble. Cincinnati, I expect Cincinnati's coach to lose his job this year.
Okay.
Because we all know. I'll get back to that in a minute, Bob. We all know that this is a quarterback-driven league, And if your quarterback can play at a high level and you can play a little bit of defense, you've got a pretty good chance, okay?
Yeah.
And then having said that about playing some defense, Bob, he makes a good point that the Packers defense, well, we saw in the Cowboy-Packer game how bad both those defenses are. So, Bob, you're right. I mean, I get it. People forget that defense still wins championships.
Yeah.
So, and then listen, Miami. I thought Miami was trash. So you gave them a whole lot more props than I did, and I
could have said a whole lot. I could have said a whole lot.
Don't forget what I said last week.
Yeah.
Mike McDonald will be an ex-coach within the next 3 weeks. Mike McDonald will be unemployed in 3 weeks from now.
Oh, I don't like Green Bay offense play caller. Woo, coming from a Green Bay fan. Hey, you're more than qualified to make that statement, Bob.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Somebody is Ja'Cory Williams talk about Alabama and Texas A&M in the SEC championship.
Okay.
I can see that happening.
Okay.
I can see that happening.
Okay.
Coach Martez will have a whole lot to say about that. Yep, defense win championship.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean your quarterback can be the greatest thing since sliced bread. But if you can't keep people out of the end zone, it does not matter.
Right.
So yeah.
So go ahead to this one, go. So we talk about teams that are losing identity, and there are some we can agree or disagree on. What about the teams you think that are gaining identity? They're starting to be something different. They're taking on life on their own.
This is a fun conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. Number one, the Daniel Jones-led Indianapolis Colts, baby. Number two, Trevor Lawrence and his Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Who would have thought that Mac Jones could come off the bench for San Francisco and keep them relevant? Z-Man, Pete Carroll, the Raiders. The Raiders are terrible. Yeah. Pete Carroll needs to go up there and find Phil Jackson up there somewhere in Montana and hang out up there and drink bourbon with him and quit coaching football because So let me think. Let me give you a couple more.
Yeah.
That are relevant. Okay. You know what? And Easty, you're not going to be surprised. You're not going to be surprised because you're a monster fan of this team.
Yeah.
And you're a monster fan of this coach. But I got to tell you, bro, I'm really surprised at how good they are this year. After losing both their offense and defensive coordinators, your Detroit Lions are killing. They're killing it, dude.
Yeah.
They are killing it. You hear me?
Facts.
Okay, here's another one. And then I want to hear your take. Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield, dude, they're solid.
Okay.
Here's another one for you. Matt Stafford just keeps getting better and better every week. Dude.
Facts.
Who's some of yours that are gaining identity?
So obviously we're the number one on everybody's list, a team that's gaining identity. And gaining identity is obviously the Indianapolis Colts. They're completely gaining identity, right? Because they had none. We didn't know what the team, I mean, we just didn't know where this team was going. But now with the change of the quarterbacks, man, with Daniel Jones and what the coaching staff they've been able to do. Welcome back to football, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, oh my God, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, and this is Brandon Marshall and I had this conversation earlier today about, people forget when you have a quarterback and a running back both playing at the highest level, like I thought Lamar and King Henry were going to do. And you can play mix a little bit of defense in there.
Yeah.
You can have some success, brother. Who else do you like?
I got the Patriots, and I got mine in order. So I got the Colts number one. I got the Patriots number two. I like what they're doing with Drake May. I felt like the momentum they got last year. I didn't think they would take much of a step back with getting rid of Coach Mayo and then bringing on Coach Vrabel. but now it seems like they're figuring out their identity and they're starting to be who they say. Because Drake May, I think, have the potential to be the best, right? So I'm real proud of where they're going. Number 3 down the list is the Seahawks. You know, the old Russell Wilson system was long gone. They couldn't really find identity at quarterback. What Geno Smith was able to do last year was phenomenal. But what Bradford is doing this year is like it's taking a whole different life of itself. So I'm so excited with Sam Bradford and that organization got going on.
Sam Darnold.
I mean Sam Darnold, not Sam Bradford, but Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold, what he's doing over there is amazing, right? Then the Broncos. I told you guys, Bo Nix is coming. I told you, man. I love what they're doing. Picking up where they were last year. They have a good chemistry with each other, the coach and then the quarterback. I appreciate that. The Cowboys are gaining identity.
Really? Seriously?
Listen.
Really? I knew you were going to go.
Hey, listen. For all the reasons we don't like the Cowboys, and I'm one of them, I give them a hard time. I was up to 3 o'clock yesterday talking to Jonathan G about what I don't like about the Cowboys. But forget the ownership staff. On the gridiron, the offense, they're deciding who they want to be. We know they have a trash defense, but with all things being considered and what they have to deal with on the play, they're trying to find a way to say, you know what, this is how we're going to approach this game. Dak is playing phenomenal, and so they're gaining. And remember, this is just only the first quarter. All this can change next week.
Thank you.
And the last on the list is what you said, the 49ers. Because we talk about the Baltimore Ravens while they're losing identity. Oh, they got all these star players out. You look at the 49ers, they have just as many players out, but yet they found a way to still win football games.
Yep. And if you don't give Kyle Shanahan props, not you, EC.
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
If you're a fan of NFL and you don't recognize Kyle Shanahan's greatness, okay, then you don't know anything about football. Kyle Shanahan, man, is keeping the freaking ship afloat, man.
Yeah. Let's go back and pull up some of these comments because the reason why, guys, I wasn't pulling to comments because I wanted to make sure we stay on topic what the subject was doesn't matter, and sometimes our comments was all over the place. So let's go back and pull up some of these comments because I do want to share what you got to say. We talked about Z-Man talking about the Raiders are terrible. Yep. Bob said Green Bay tries long pass.
Need to run the ball more. Okay. Yeah.
I get you on that. And you're qualified because that's your team.
You are. Hey, but let me make something straight. Let me get something clear. Z-Man's not qualified, okay? Bob is, but Z-Man's not. Z-Man, he's all over the place, He
said Corey Patterson is taking up for Green. He said Green Bay will get it together, though. I appreciate that. He's not a Green Bay fan, but that's why I hate to say that. Z-Man said Patriots look legit. They do look legit.
Yes, they do. They do.
And then, of course, Bob's saying Green Bay will get to win their division. So we are talking about that, about giving shout-outs to the Lions. And then Ja'Cory Williams said, by the way, Nick Saban picked Alabama versus Texas in the SEC, the championship. I didn't see that take, but I appreciate for the heads up on that one.
Bob. Right. Hey, Bob.
Bo Nix is out for sure. Okay, so we caught up on the comments.
Bob, the Packers will not win that division. They will not. Detroit will win that division, okay? Love you. Sorry. But yeah.
Now, these are the teams I call the same old. This could be good, extremely good, because of the same old team that we've seen, dog, or it's the same old trash. So this is go either way. The same old. And my list is this. The same old for goods, or obviously number one on the list is the Buffalo Bills. They're the same old good. Right? I mean, what you expect out of them is phenomenal, right? We're going to the season. Who's their wide receivers? Who's their running backs? Yep. All he does is make superstars out of these players. 9 different targets every single game. They're doing what they need to do. Number 2 on the list is the Lions. They didn't fall off. You know what I'm saying? They defense. They lost a lot of key defensive players last year. Not doing too great this year, but the same old Lions. They took a big loss the first game. Everybody threw them out the pasture, say they was not a good team and they do nothing but told all of us we lying. So the same old Lions. The Buccaneers are the same old Buccaneers, man. Listen, I love this team with Baker Mayfield. I love it. I love it, man. Baker Mayfield is the toughest quarterback in the league, and I say by far the toughest guy. And what you see them game in and game out, man, it's nothing but toughness. They're the same old buck. And then you got and the Packers. I love what I like out of the Packers. Packers are not going to be that team that you can always consider them to win the division or to even get to the NFC Championship. They're not going to be a non-playoff team. They have been a non-playoff team in a long, long time, so they're going to be same old, same old. Now, the ones that are same old, not so good, D-Way, and this is going to hurt a lot of people's feelings, is the Chargers. The Chargers have always been, nah.
Yeah.
The Commanders, although I like what they did last year, but this year they're back to being, The Vikings won some good games last year, won some good games this year, but nobody's ready to say the Vikings going to win it all. So they're same old. Yeah. The Rams, we say I like the Rams. You know what I'm saying? They have an identity. We know what that team can do, but they're back at that. They're good. We expect them to be good, but are they great? Have they? I don't know. And then the last of the list, and this gonna hurt, or there's some who would agree, the same old, and that should have been number one, is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I knew you were going to say that.
The same old, same old. The same old, same old.
I got to give some love to my homeboy Bobby Brown, and we got to give some love to our brother, covenant brother, Sean Smith. Hey, the Steelers could win that division because the Bengals are terrible and the Ravens are beat up.
Yeah.
Okay. The Steelers could mess around and win that conference, dude, because everybody else is so bad.
Yeah.
Unless Baltimore turns it around, which we all think they will.
Yeah.
But I knew you were going to say that.
They're the same old. Ready to say the same old the Bears. I'm qualified.
Yes, you are. Yeah.
That.
Yeah. Big D is colorful.
EC, don't drink the Kool-Aid of the Cowboys. They
beat the Jets, the worst team in the NFL. Yeah. Z-Man. The Cowboys, both of the Cowboys' wins are from the two worst teams in the league. They beat the two worst teams in NFL, and everybody in Dallas is drinking the Kool-Aid all of a sudden.
Right, Lou. So I'm looking at the record, right? What's up, Lou? I'm looking at the record, Z-Man. This is what I'm saying with the Cowboys. We all been screaming it for the last 3 to 4 years about them not having a run game. About some people have even figured that the Dakota Prescott was done. He reached the ceiling. There's no more he can do. Forget what they do on the defensive side. We know that, right? When you just straight up look at offensive prowess and what that offense has been able to do, the offense has found their identity. They're running the ball like crazy.
Come on.
Which opens up the passing game. You know what I'm saying? They're protecting that, which they haven't traditionally done, which if you have a running game, you confuse the defense, right? So they're not having to rush them all the time. So they're finding their identity. All you have to do is now figure out how to stop other teams, right? Yes, they beat the worst team in the NFL, but we're not just judging on one game. We're talking about zeroing in on the identity of their offense, and they found it, right? They still got Pro Bowlers at the defensive squad, right? So we know when you're talking about a Deron Bland and a Trayvon Diggs, and then you bring Overshawn, and they ain't got good defensive players, is that they got a bad defensive coordinator. So if they can fix that situation, this team can be a really, really, really good team. But at the end of the day, the Dallas Cowboys has found their identity. And like I say, this is just opinionated list, right? Yeah, the teams who have no identity, D-Way, who just don't have no identity. And this basically the rest of the teams I didn't mention. Yeah, the Jets don't have an identity.
They're terrible.
The Browns don't have an identity.
Terrible.
The Titans don't have an identity.
Terrible.
They don't know who they are. Yeah. The Saints don't know who they are.
Terrible.
The Raiders don't know who they are.
Correct.
The Giants don't know who they are.
Correct.
The Panthers don't know who they are. The Bears don't know who they are.
Sorry, B.
The Falcons don't know who they are. And how in the world did the goddamn Arizona Cardinals lose that game? Because they don't know who they are.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Somebody throwing at me. The Cowboys got top 3. Okay, I got you. Got the top 3. Yep. So he's not a fan, so it makes you qualified.
Yeah. So listen to this. So I was talking to my little brother Brandon Marshall earlier today, and he made a great point. The Cowboys if you're looking at stats and rankings and all that stuff, the Cowboys quarterback and running back are, as far as stats, are in the top 2 or 3, like he said.
Facts.
But here's the one thing that no one's talking about. The Cowboys' offensive line is playing wheels off. They're playing so good, so good. Corey said, to Dallas' credit, they tied with the so-called Super Bowl contender Packers. That's why people are excited, but I get it.
Yeah.
And so the Cowboys' problem is going to be they're not going to be able to stop anybody. Okay? And Bob, you're right. The Cowboys are not going to be able to stop anybody. Okay?
Right.
The Cowboys they're going to have to score 40 to win a game.
Right.
And so, but I will say this also: Javonte Williams, number 33, the running back.
Yeah.
If Brad Sham will get his name right, quit calling him Devontae Williams. That helped. But Javonte Williams, who Brandon Marshall has on his fantasy team, is blowing the fantasy world up right now, fantasy football league up. So, I'm excited about the offense. And I'm hoping the defense can figure it out, but I don't think they will.
All right. Jonathan G has jumped in the comment section. He said the Cowboy defense will improve as the season goes. And I hope so. I hope so
too, Jonathan G.
And once again, I want to. So a while ago, Coach D-Way, years ago, when we watched that Detroit team lose right when they hired Coach Dan Campbell, I said it on this show. I said, listen, even though their record don't look like it, the Detroit Lions are gaining an identity because it don't always show up.
Yes, you did.
In the stat sheets, right? What they're putting together is going to be something amazing. And then the next year they come out and just, just break all types of record, franchise records, right?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. The Cowboys, obviously, I still got them to be a 9-8 team, not making the playoffs. I still got them that, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm seeing from the Cowboys offense things I haven't seen in years since we had the first year of Ezekiel.
Yep.
So that identity is great. And coach out to Shotty, man. We didn't know what type of coach he's going to be. And Jonathan G has been saying it. We've all seen what we've seen out of Coach Shotty. We just got to figure out who's going to be our next defensive coordinator. Can get Eberflus out of here. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So I think we're going in the right direction, And that's the reason why I'm saying, their team who's found their identity, especially when you're talking about forever getting trolled for being the Cowboys. So you're always going to get highly scrutinized, always going to be in a microscope because you got the star on your helmet. They really, really giving us they're really showing us some uptick.
And I'm looking at their schedule.
Yeah.
They should beat the Panthers. That puts them 3-2-1. They should beat the Commanders at home 4-2-1. Yeah. The Broncos in Denver, they'll lose that one. So that's 4-3-1. They'll beat the Cardinals. That's 5-3-1. They'll beat the Raiders. That's 6-3-1. So, I mean, I'm not losing hope.
Right.
But their defense is going to have to step up, and play some football. Okay.
Right. Facts. Oh, absolutely. Now we're going to end this show. What some say it's too early. I don't care. It's football.
I love this about you, E.
Let's just have fun and play with it. Why you guys still on here?
Yeah.
As of right now, not years past, not at the beginning of the season, not what you think they're going to be at the end of the season. As of right now, if the season ended right now and they was able to give out rewards, who are the top 10 quarterbacks in the league right now, starting with number 1 through 10?
Wow.
We want to know we wanted anticipation, but who didn't make the list.
I'm always interested in what the parameters are that you're ranking on, is it just pure stats and nothing else? Is it, I don't know. I don't know what you rank this on. How many points are scored? I don't know. And, gosh, I mean.
Well, first of all, it's your list. You choose whatever criteria you want to choose. I can tell you my criteria. My criteria is always the eye test.
Well,
because we can always.
What is it?
The eye test. What I've seen with my own eyes.
Oh, my goodness.
The reason why I say this, Coach D-Wade, because, anytime you pick a top 10 or anything like that, stats can only take us so far, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
if,
sir.
if your team is undefeated, then obviously you're the best team right now, right?
Right.
But that can only take you so far, right? You got to go with the eye test because most of us will judge with our heart and our emotion before we really start trying to, because that's where the debate come in, right? Yeah. So everybody's criteria is, could be what they want to be. But me, I'm a heart guy.
So having said that, you and I are going to agree on number one. It's Superman. Superman's number one. Superman's always going to be number one. Okay.
Yeah.
And then.
Oh, yeah. 200 yards. Jonathan's bringing that. Rico Davo with the Carolina Panthers, man, had 200 yards, 200 plus, I think 206 some yards in the first season with the Carolina Panthers. Had a heck of a game. He did do that. Yeah. Cowboys Panthers, we a good game. Yeah, that's going to be a great game. Still should be a beatdown. Okay, go ahead, go D-Way.
So Josh Allen, number one.
Okay.
And I think you're going to be surprised about my next couple.
Okay.
Dude. Baker Mayfield is playing wheels off right now.
He's your number two?
He's number two for me.
Okay, I like it.
You're going to like my number three. The guy's been super solid all year. I got number 3A and 3B is Jared Goff and Matt Stafford.
Okay.
Number four, even though I hadn't got to see him play much, is Daniel Jones. How about you?
Yeah. I got him on the list.
I didn't say Lamar. I didn't say Pat Mahomes, and I got to give him his love. I got to give him his props. I got to give him all the love. Dak's having a great year.
So hold up. So you said Allen's number one, Baker's number two. Who's number three?
Jared Goff. Number four. Number four is Matt Stafford. Number five is Dak Prescott.
Okay, so you got Goff, Stafford. Okay, and then you got Dak. And then you got Jones after that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, all right, carry on.
Pat Mahomes.
Okay, you got Mahomes. Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at my list here.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts.
More.
Jalen Hurts.
You got Hurts on the bottom of the list. All right.
Yeah.
Two more.
You're
number 8. Well, you're number 9, rather.
You know what? This one's going to surprise you too. Drake May.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at that.
Crazy.
I'm not mad at that.
And even though I'm not a fan of this guy, I got to show him some love. Sam Darnold.
So well on the list, but I like it. I like it.
How about you?
Let me take these comments and see if anybody throwing their stuff out there. Okay.
I didn't say Lamar Jackson. I didn't say Jordan Love. Yeah.
He said, Bob said, if I only look at stats, that Mayfield, Prescott, Love to start. I get it. He said, I forgot to say Allen. Yeah, he should be number one. So you got Allen, Mayfield, Prescott, Love, or however order he want to get him in.
Yeah.
Josh Allen's great, but he gets a lot of praise. But he's never won anything. But then people trash Lamar, does the same thing. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, you just Lamar and Josh both in the same boat.
Right. Yeah. Of course, y'all know I'm going to defend Josh Allen at the beginning of my, but I mean, maybe not. I don't know. My number one on the list, as far as I think the best QBs playing right now, is obviously Josh Allen.
Yes.
Number one on the list.
Yes.
Don't need to argue that. For what we're seeing out of him these last couple of games, forget the loss they had. I love the way he addressed it in the media.
Yeah.
It's not who we are.
Yeah.
Number two, Matt Stafford.
Oh, baby, come on.
I got Matt Stafford, number 2 on the list. I love what I'm seeing out of the kid. Even though I said that their organization is the same old, or in the middle, but he's playing well. He's playing well. And I had to give him up to that.
That's my boy.
Number 3, as Cam Newton would call him, the Quavius Prescott. He's number 3 on the list as top 3. I think he's top 3. Number 4, and this was hard between number 3 and number 4, but I got Baker Mayfield at number 4.
Okay.
Number 5, I got Sam Darnold.
Okay.
Number 6, he haven't playing well. The team haven't been playing well. It's not, but it's but his individual talent, Justin Herbert.
Who? Justin
Herbert.
What?
Yes.
You
Me, I know I give him a lot of flack. I'm sorry, but
you hate on Justin.
I hate on him. I really do. It's nothing but hate. But I have to show him some love right now.
That's crazy.
Jordan Love coming up next.
Okay.
You know,
I ain't mad at you.
Aaron Rodgers. I think people have forgot what A.A. Ron has been able to do with
Ron,
the Pittsburgh Steelers. He is the ageless one that has came out and really brought this team back to life. I have to have him on this list. Number 9 is
baby, I'm on my podcast, baby.
Number 9, and I had to reluctantly put him on here. I had to, and I say that, but that's why he's number 9. Is Jalen Hurts. He is so far on this list.
Okay.
Number 2 is a toss-up, but this guy, this is why I break protocol for myself. The toss-up at number 10 would have been Sunshine over at Jacksonville.
I forgot about him. Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence or Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in you as big a Detroit Lions fan.
But I went with Patrick Mahomes on this list because he's Patrick Mahomes. So that I broke protocol, but I would have gone to go with but you said who you disappointed me by not putting Jared Goff on the list?
Yeah, because you're such a big Detroit fan and the Dan Campbell fan.
I know, but like I'm looking at just at the eye test.
Okay.
Yes, I'm looking at the eye test from what these quarterbacks are able to do. I mean, Matt Stafford has been playing well, but that defense as an organization, I mean, he's been a bus driver. He's been a very, very good bus driver for their team. But you're talking about these other quarterbacks, the stats, the number, all that is really adding up. Now, Jared Goff is in the conversation with a lot of the stat leaders and stuff like that. But from the eye test, for me, emotional pick is like,
But I mean,
but you know what, Coach? I'm gonna hit the save button. Bing, 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 bing.
Okay.
Number 9, number 10, Jared Goff, Patrick Mahomes, and Sunshine has been taken off the list. You're right, Coach.
So
You're right.
Everybody listening out there, everybody who's listening, B Marshall.
You got to be more consistent, Brandon Marshall. Go ahead, anyway.
Everybody who's listening, B Marshall, Bob, Corey, Lou, Coach Martez, Jonathan G, and I left some people out there, okay?
Yeah.
But this is what I'm going to say, okay? You cannot look yourself in the mirror and say, honestly, that right this second, Josh Allen is not the best quarterback in the NFL, period.
Facts. There's one person that will definitely argue, and that'd be Jonathan G.
Oh yeah.
What I'm liking, and somebody made a comment. I think that was Corey. When we start looking at what quarterbacks have done and lack of success have done, every quarterback on that list that we talked about, top 10, fits that category, other than Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts, right? Everybody fits in that category. So we just can't single out the Lamar Jacksons and the Josh Allen and say, oh, they've been playing well, but they never got there. There's only 2 of them that has within the last couple of years. That's Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts, right? So we can say that about Matt Stafford, Baker Mayfield, blah, 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 blah. But right now, Josh Allen has been playing lights out. And listen, his stats are not as sexy as the others or the quarterbacks, but what he's able to do, being the captain of that ship, has been nothing but phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? And that's why because it's the eye test. It's the eye test. If you've been watching the Buffalo Bills and you don't if you don't like the Buffalo Bills, I don't expect you to give him anything, right? But if you be honest with yourself, man, the Buffalo Bills. But if you take what he's doing and compare it to what Dak is doing, me and G, we had a long conversation last night. In any conversation, D-Way, about who's the greats are, even though we rank them 1 through 10 or whatever, the gap is not big.
Okay.
That's why the list can be fluid at any given moment. Okay. So when we say somebody is a number 1 and number 10, it ain't like that there's just a big gap in between. They can flip it in a minute. So there's not a disrespect to any player. So if I got Josh Allen at number 1 and Dak at number 3, that's no disrespect to Dak. You know what I'm saying? Right. Out there.
Yeah.
He said Allen has done this for years, and Mahomes put him to bed. It took him,
Not this year, Corey. Corey, you're right. Everything you just said is correct. but the tide turns this year, baby. Okay.
You say he tucks. You say he tucks him in. He give me a little bib. He read my bedtime story. That's what you say.
That's funny. That's funny.
Give me his milk, his warm milk and cookies. That's what you. Who's your daddy?
Yeah, not this year, baby.
No, definitely not gonna be this year, man. But I you know what? I would love to see that matchup for the AFC Championship game, to where it's KC and the Buffalo Bills. I would love to see it, man. Real quick before we get off the show, real briefly, what did you like out of the Cowboys game, the Jets, or what do you like out of the Cowboys thus far?
I said it earlier. I really love the offensive line play.
Yeah.
I am so excited that the offensive line is. I mean, there's a reason why Dak stats are where they are, because he has time to throw the football. Yeah. There's a reason why Javonte Williams is having a big year, because those guys up front are doing their job. Okay, I'm excited about the offensive line. Okay, the receivers still need to step it up. And that's something that Brandon and I talked about earlier today. The receivers got to step it up and continue to get better every week, and they will. But how about you, E?
Man, like I said, I was up to almost 3 o'clock yesterday, and me and Jonathan G, we was going at it. Oh, we was going at it. We was going at it, and boy, we couldn't. We finally figured out what our problem was, is that we were saying the exact same thing in 2 different ways.
Okay.
And so my Cowboys is a broken record. I don't like what their GM is doing, but as Jonathan G pointed out last night, that with the whole Micah situation and things that Coach that GM and owner Jones has done thus far, we've come out on the fair end of it.
Okay.
The decisions he's made haven't been all bad, all things being equal and out of respect. But we both agree that we could have gotten better or done better from the decision that he's made, right? And so, but for me, I'm like, as much of a Cowboy fan I am, as a fan, I want the best possible outcome that we can have. I don't want to look up months down the line, because the issue started with the whole Michael Parsons situation.
Yep.
What we got out of the deal was fair. And what we're seeing is fair. Getting Jadeveon Clowney is fair.
Yep.
But we all both know, in my opinion, that we could have gotten more if we would have took the trade serious and really, really shopped him around and got some more help in the DB side.
Thank you. Thank you.
But this circus with the Cowboys has got to stop. It does a lot for the business. It does a lot for the franchise. He kept pointing out that this team is number one in money making on all platforms, and I get all that, but that does nothing to put money in my pocket.
Yep.
As a fan, I want to be able to swing my Cowboys flag with pride, because I'm not going to see none of that money. Get that? They ain't, matter of fact, I'm making them money by spending money on paraphernalia. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to spend my money with pride. You know what I'm saying?
And wear it with pride. Bragging rights for a change.
Give us some bragging rights. You know what I'm saying? You got enough money. Now manage the team the right way. Get us to the bowl, because that's the only thing that matters. Forget money. Forget Will McClay does a great job bringing in talent. But D-Way, what does it matter if you ain't winning?
It don't matter. Don't matter. It's just nothing but paper. So
you must be the preacher. I must be the choir, because that's what we're doing here. We're preaching to each other.
Yeah.
But that's all I have. This has been the FairWeather Fan channel, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. From Corey to Bob Nowinski to Jonathan G, to all you guys who have been tuning in. Z, man, always gracious with your prayers. We appreciate you. Corey is always good to see you, man, coming from the world of YouTube. We had a newcomer to the show. What was the name? Jacory Williams. You're still watching, man. Appreciate you, brother, for the show. Keep supporting. Lou, thank you for showing up. Coach Mortez, we thank you for showing up. And all you guys that are watching and rebroadcast.
Brandon Marshall, baby.
Brandon Marshall, we thank you guys, man. Continue to watch the show. Continue to help support the show. D-Way, you got any of the final comments for the people?
No, man, what a great show. I'm getting ready to run into the other room and pick up the Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Yankees playoff game. So,
yes, sir.
If you're a baseball fan, playoffs are running high and hard and hot right now. So go catch you a game. So good show tonight. Enjoyed it and everything you see. Thanks, man, so much.
He said, Giannis may be getting traded to the Knicks. I heard that was all a ruse. That trade fell through. So, that's they had a conversation. That was not happening. That's what I think. Thank you, Corey. All right, this been your boy EC22, the FairWeather Fan channel, man. We thank you guys for tuning in. Like always, like, subscribe, share, leave comments because we want you to join this conversation. We'll see you next Tuesday at 6:00 p.m. right here on Facebook and YouTube, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. This has been the FairWeather Fan, EC22, Coach D Wade. And guess what? We are